Well, this meditation is a meditation for the United States of America, which was adapted from the meditation with David and Juliano on the 10th of this month. So let us begin by acknowledging the original caretakers of this land, First Nations peoples, and we pay our respects to the elders past, present, and emerging. I will chant the kadash mantra 3 times to bring us into a more intense focus. Kadosh, 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 Adonai, Ereot, Kadosh, 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 Adonai, Ereot, Kadosh, 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 Adonai, Ereot. And now let us call to the Sophia dragons and ask that they join us in this meditation. We call on Isis in the northeast to join us. We call on Hathor in the east to join us. We call on Green Tara in the southeast to join us. We call on Mother Mary in the south to join us. We call on Kuan Yin in the west to join us. We call on the Sophia dragons in the northwest to join us. We call on White Buffalo Calf Woman to join us. And we ask that you bring in the divine feminine so that it will overlight our work, this meditation, and the United States. Thy will be done. Let us recalibrate our aura into the shape of the cosmic egg. And we ask Juliano to send Omega Light to coat our cosmic egg with a new light. Omega Light. Feel the Omega Light reformulating your aura into the shape of the cosmic egg. As it comes into that shape, it will build a great energy boost into each of us. You feel a new vibratory thrust in your spirit and your physical body as you connect with this 5th dimensional light. We will go into silence now as you work on receiving light. We ask Juliano to send down the violet Arcturian light and distribute it to each of us. This light will enable us to accelerate this group's consciousness, energy, cohesiveness, and coherency. This light will help us to utilize in a higher light all of the Arcturian spiritual planetary tools. Oh. let us look at raising the spiritual light quotient of the United States and of the area of the capital, Washington, D.C. The spiritual light quotient is an energy related to expanded consciousness, an understanding of higher values, and also an understanding of the spiritual relationship between humanity and the earth. This understanding of the spiritual relationship between earth and humanity is one of the most important aspects to help solve the planetary crisis. Interestingly, achieving this understanding in itself raises the spiritual light quotient of the planet and the United States. For this meditation, we will use two great spiritual energy centers in the United States. One is Mount Shasta, California, where there is an auditorium etheric crystal. The second is the energy field of the Statue of Liberty in New York City, which has a tremendous consciousness and imagery that is downloading continually into the subconscious and the noosphere of the United States. In particular, we will focus that energy into Washington, D.C. Juliano will align the starship Athena with these energies and establish a corridor of light over Washington, which will demonstrate the Arcturians' concern and support for higher consciousness in the U.S., because the consciousness of the United States does affect the entire planet. Visualize Mount Shasta in Northern California and see the beautiful etheric crystal that the Arcturians have downloaded there rising. We visualize the etheric crystal rising 30 miles above Mount Shasta, and it is emanating a beam of spiritual light over all of the North American continent, which includes the United States, Canada, and Mexico. And now, with your power of visualization, let us go to New York City and see the beautiful Statue of Liberty. This is an etheric and powerful energy field that has been imprinted with the hopes, desires, and highest aspirations for freedom, liberty, and justice for all. Visualize the Statue of Liberty as an etheric body of light, receiving the beams of light from the etheric crystal at Mount Shasta. And now, visualize the Washington Monument. This is an obelisk that is based on the energy field of ancient Egypt and is still connecting as a planetary and interstellar collector of energy from the higher beings on Sirius and other star systems. Please visualize now the Washington Monument, the obelisk. Juliano now aligns the starship Athena with the Washington Monument and sends a corridor of higher fifth dimensional energy and light over the Washington Monument. Now we set a triangle of light from the Washington Monument to the Statue of Liberty, and from the Statue of Liberty to the etheric crystal in Mount Shasta. And the etheric crystal is accelerating the power of our thoughts. Just see this as a gigantic, beautiful triangle of light. Let us spend a moment now in this fantastic spiritual connection with Mount Shasta and the thought of raising the spiritual light quotient of Washington, D.C., of the United States, and of raising the spiritual light quotient so it is in alignment with the highest spiritual energy uniting humanity with planet Earth, and an awakening of new power, new ideas, and new balance. Let us visualize and meditate on this triangle of light and these powerful thoughts. We will go into silence. Feel the downloading of the Arcturian light into the Washington Monument and increasing the power of the triangle of light and helping to raise the spiritual light quotient of Washington and the entire United States. And the Statue of Liberty is activating the wisdom of the Founding Fathers, wisdom of the highest spiritual masters overlooking the United States. For these Founding Fathers are the grandmothers and grandfathers of this country. as we are all now focusing on the Washington Monument. The starship over the monument is sending down a corridor of light. We will establish a cosmic bubble over the entire city of Washington. A cosmic bubble energy field around this city of Washington, D.C. This bubble represents the energy field of the whole city and all those who are thinking, acting, planning, and making decisions. We see the outer edge of this bubble as the auric pulsing field of the city. We are going to shimmer the authoric field around the city of Washington. And as we are shimmering, be aware that we still have the energy of the Statue of Liberty and the Mount Shasta crystal and the starship Athena downloading fifth dimensional energy. Now, we, together with the auditoriums, become aware of the aura around the city, and we command that aura to shimmer. Shimmer. The auric bubble of light around Washington shimmering with high frequency. Shimmer. The city of Washington, D.C. is now shimmering. We will go back into meditation and silence, helping it to shimmer to the highest frequency possible. All lower vibrational energies in the city are being released. All holes in the aura of the city are being healed. All attachments from lower vibrational sources are being released. The aura of the city of Washington, D.C. is shimmering at a high spiritual light frequency now. Juliano is downloading the auditorium frequency of light into Washington. And you are helping by connecting and activating the Washington Monument energy and helping it to connect with the higher star beings in this section of the galaxy. A powerful antenna-like beacon is now being activated to attract and download the highest frequencies of spiritual planetary light. Let all those who are living in the city of Washington, D.C., including all political leaders, absorb and receive this activation of high-frequency energy that we are generating and distributing into the auric energy field of the city and the planet. Juliano sends down the auditorium blue light, filling the Washington Monument, and it is distributing the auditorium blue frequency of high fifth dimensional energy throughout the city. And all people living in the city, including all the leaders, are now activating and receiving this light of wisdom and spiritual energy. Juliano will leave the etheric energy of the Mount Shasta crystal up for the next 5 hours and continue to activate the Washington Monument, and the starship Athena will also stay over the city of Washington and the Washington Monument for the next 5 hours. During your meditations over this period, you are welcome to join Juliano and the Auditorians in holding this shimmering download and activation of spiritual energy for higher wisdom. We will stay together in silence for the next 1 to 2 minutes. We thank the Sophia Dragons for joining us and bringing the divine feminine light to our work and to the United States. And so it shall be.